Avery, how's the wedding planning going? Avery, I need you to lend me $10,000 right now. Don't ask why. It's nothing serious, so don't worry about it. We're family, so there's no reason you'd say no, right? What? $10,000? There's no way I can do that on such short notice. What do you even need it for? I can't hand over that kind of money without a reason. You're so stingy. How can you say no to your own mother's request? The reason doesn't matter. I'm telling you, I need it. Come on. It's ridiculous to expect me to hand over money without knowing why. We have our own lives too, and I need you to explain what's going on. Jesus, you're such a hassle. Is that really the way to treat your mom? I'm in a tough spot, so just give me the money. If you tell me the reason, I'll think about it, but I can't just hand it over without knowing. Why do you suddenly need so much money? Stop asking so many questions. Even between family, that's an invasion of privacy. Isn't it a daughter's job to help her mom when she's in trouble? I want to help, but I can't agree without understanding what's going on. It's not like I have that much money to spare. You don't have money to spare? Aren't you working? You seem to be living pretty comfortably, so wouldn't it be nice to give back to your mom a little? Or do you just not care about me anymore? That's not what I mean. Even if you are my mom, I can't just hand over money without knowing why. I have my limits, so stop asking me for the impossible. You're such a cold child. I never thought you'd reject me like this. You used to be so obedient, but now you've changed ever since you became an adult. I haven't changed. I've just grown up. I have my own life, and I need to think about myself too. I thought you'd understand that. I never taught you to think like that. I've helped you all these years, and now you're just going to abandon me? I appreciate everything you've done, but that doesn't mean I can grant every unreasonable request. You're just full of excuses. I'm really disappointed in you. So, you're saying I shouldn't expect anything from you anymore? Fine. If I can't rely on you, then I don't need a daughter like that. I don't even know what you're talking about. Avery, you tend to be a bit too laid back. I was starting to wonder. Mom, what is it? Was there something I was supposed to do? How's the wedding planning coming along? Mom, are we talking about the wedding again? I even sent out the invitations for you, didn't I? Yeah, but that's something you decided to do on your own. You just showed up at my place and started saying my way was inefficient. I couldn't stand how slow you were being. It's fine now, so don't worry. I've already taken care of some things separately, and all that's left is to prepare the wedding favors. Make sure you finish everything early, okay? I know, but it's just a small wedding with close family, so it's not that stressful. If it were a big reception with lots of people, the planning would have been a nightmare, and I'd be super nervous on the day too. I really wanted you to have a grand, beautiful wedding. It's a once-in-a-lifetime event, not just for you, but for the whole family. Since you're getting married, I thought you'd have a wedding that's worthy of the occasion. But this feels a bit underwhelming. Then again, who knows if it's really once in a lifetime? Life can be unpredictable. Huh? Mom, are you saying I might get divorced? That's a horrible thing to say to your daughter right before her wedding. Don't jinx it. No. I wasn't talking about you. Remember what happened with Caleb? Did you forget about Catherine? Oh, you're talking about my sister-in-law? Yeah, Catherine. She's divorced and even has a kid, but she still got remarried, right? And they even had a proper wedding. See? Even if you get divorced, you can always get married again. Life gives you plenty of chances. Though it was quite a challenge. Well, that's true. But Catherine's remarriage is something to celebrate, so don't speak badly about it. Plus, she's happy now because of everything she went through. Oh, by the way, Mom, there's something I need to tell you about her. Oh, what is it? Is there some kind of issue? No, not really, but it looks like Catherine and Ivy won't be able to attend my wedding. What? Seriously? Catherine and her daughter aren't coming? To your wedding? Yeah, they sent back the RSVP saying they won't be there. It looks like only Caleb will be attending. What's going on? Why wouldn't Catherine and Ivy come? Did you ask Caleb why? Yeah, I asked. But it seems like it has something to do with her ex-husband. He didn't go into details and kind of dodged the question. What the heck? I can't believe something could be more important than her sister-in-law's wedding. What could the reason possibly be? I'm sure Catherine must have her reasons, but I'm a bit worried that maybe I did something to offend her. I thought we'd be getting along just fine. Yeah, you are right. Usually, unless there's a really good reason, you'd expect her to come to the wedding. If she's not attending, there's probably something serious going on. Still, it's not like we can force her to come. It's a shame we won't get to see Catherine and Ivy, though. Even so, skipping the wedding, huh? Maybe she doesn't understand what it means to be part of the family. Just drop it. Anyway, don't give my brother a hard time about it on the day of the wedding, okay? Of course not. Nothing could surprise me more than when Caleb told us he was marrying Catherine, a single mom. They probably just don't want anything to do with us. It really didn't feel that way to me. You never know what people are thinking. They might act all nice, but you have no idea what they're saying behind your back. Hey, Avery. Listen, I've got something to tell you. I'm really upset. And when you hear this, I bet you'll be upset too. Mom, what's going on? You noticed that Catherine didn't show up at the wedding yesterday, right? It was such an important day and I was honestly shocked. Unbelievable. Yeah, I knew, but there wasn't much we could do. It seemed like she had her reasons. Well, about that, you won't believe this, but Catherine and Ivy were out playing at the park with her mom friends that day. They were out having fun. Can you believe it? What? Are you serious? Who told you that? One of her mom friends who's connected with Catherine on social media posted pictures on the wedding day. I couldn't believe it, so I checked, and there it was, clear as day. Pictures of them playing at the park. Wait a second. Is that really true? Mom, have you been looking at Catherine's social media? I came across it by accident, but that's not the point. The point is, she skipped your wedding to hang out at the park. It's absolutely unbelievable. Yeah, that's pretty harsh. But if that's true, why would she do something like that? Why would she choose the park over the wedding? Maybe they had that planned for a long time. Even so, prioritizing playtime with her mom friends over your wedding is outrageous. It's like she's mocking you. Yeah, spending time at the park is something you can do anytime. It didn't have to be on that day. Plus, saying she couldn't come because of something with her ex-husband turns out to be a lie, doesn't it? Exactly. And that's what makes it even worse. Lying just to go to the park? It's unbelievable. I just can't wrap my head around it. Well, maybe there's nothing we can do about it. She probably has her own reasons, even if we don't understand them. But aren't you upset? I just can't let it go. For her to ignore my daughter's wedding and play at the park? How inconsiderate. Honestly, I'm not that bothered anymore. What matters is that everything went smoothly, so please don't get so angry. But I can't forgive someone for skipping my daughter's wedding. It's a once-in-a-lifetime event, and she should have taken it more seriously. Calm down, Mom. I'm really okay now. The wedding went just the way I wanted, and that's enough for me. Avery, I'm sorry. It's just that all of this reminded me of when Caleb got married. I can't help but wonder if we should have stopped that marriage back then. I've been regretting it ever since. But even though his marriage had its issues, he seems happy enough, right? So there's no point in dwelling on it now. Everyone is living their own lives. Still, if your dad were alive, he wouldn't have allowed it. He would have been much stricter about it, no doubt. I don't know about that. I feel satisfied with how my wedding turned out, and that's what matters to me. So please, don't be so angry anymore, Mom. I just can't help feeling frustrated. How did things end up like this? Yeah, I was shocked too. I want to get along with Catherine, but I admit, her skipping the wedding was disappointing. Still, I don't want this to ruin everything between us. Even so, if that's the kind of attitude she's going to have, maybe it's better if we keep our distance. I'll probably just stick to the bare minimum. It might be better for everyone if we don't force a relationship just because we're family. But still, I can't understand why Caleb married someone like Catherine. I really wanted him to marry someone kinder and easier to get along with. That's who he chose, so it's not really for us to judge. I know, but I just can't help wondering. What if Catherine married him just for his money? When we first met her, she really didn't look like she had much going on, right? You're overthinking it, Mom. But after she married him, she suddenly started dressing nicely and spending money. It's obvious. I just can't accept it. Before marrying him, she was juggling child rearing, housework, and a job. She went through a lot, so what's wrong with that? And besides, Caleb hasn't complained, has he? Like I said earlier, I'm okay with everything now. Let's just drop this. Fine, but don't feel like you need to be polite to Catherine, okay? Yeah, I got it. All right, I'm going to make dinner now. Talk to you later. Hey, Catherine, do you have a minute? Sorry, it's been a while since we talked. Avery? No need to apologize, it's really fine. I'm good to talk now. So, I just opened the wedding gift you sent through my brother yesterday. Thank you so much for the pair of teddy bears. It really tugged at my heartstrings, and it's incredibly adorable. I was deeply moved. The drawing from Ivy that came along with them really brightened my day. Knowing she took the time to make it for me was so moving. Thank you so much for such a thoughtful and wonderful gift. Oh, I'm sorry. It's really not much. I wish I could have gotten you something better, but I ran out of time. Still, I'm so glad you liked it. Ivy worked really hard on that drawing, so I think she'll be thrilled to know it made you happy. Oh, come on. The thought behind it means everything to me, and I really appreciate it. By the way, the wedding dress on the teddy bear, did you sew it yourself? It's so detailed and cute, and I could really feel the love in it. It was amazing. It must have been a lot of work to make, right? Yeah, I remember the time you came over and saw that teddy bear. You said it was cute, and that stuck with me. So I decided to make something special for you. It was a bit of a challenge to put it together, but knowing it made you happy makes it all worth it. Since it's handmade, I was really able to pour my heart into it. I'm so glad it meant something to you. By the way, Catherine, why didn't you come to our wedding? I heard yesterday that you were at the park with your mom friends, and I started worrying that maybe I did something to offend you. But after receiving such a lovely gift, I'm just confused. I was really looking forward to seeing you, so it hurt. What? The invitation said, "Poor mother and daughter, stay away," didn't it? What? What do you mean by poor mother and daughter? I can't believe something so rude was really written on the invitation. Are you sure it was in the wedding invitation? Where exactly did you see that? Well, it was written clearly on the wedding invitation. Please do not attend, poor mother and daughter. When I saw that, I was honestly shocked. I thought attending would be just a nuisance, so I decided not to go. I kept thinking that maybe you didn't really want us there, Avery. Since it was written so plainly, I assumed you must have been the one who wrote it. I would never write something like that. There's no way I would do something so rude. Wait, it might have been my mom. When we were working on the invitations, she stepped in halfway through. I see. So that's why something so strange ended up in the invitation. If it was your mom, that makes more sense. I didn't want to believe you'd say something like that, but I couldn't help feeling anxious about it. I'm really sorry, Avery. I just assumed you didn't like us and acted childishly because of it. No, if anyone saw something like that written, choosing not to attend would be the obvious decision. I'm the one who should apologize. I'm really sorry. Does my brother know about this? Yeah, he knows. He was really upset and said he was not going to the wedding either. But since it was such an important occasion, I didn't want it to turn into a fight. So I managed to convince him to attend at least. Honestly, after everything, we thought it might be best to start keeping some distance. We didn't want to interfere with your happiness, and we wanted to avoid any further conflict. But then, why did you send the teddy bears despite everything? If you truly thought we didn't want you there, I can't imagine you'd send such a thoughtful gift. Well, to tell the truth, I considered throwing the teddy bears away. I was worried they might not be welcome. But then I thought, if this is the last gift I ever gave, I should still send it. I see. Thank you so much, Catherine. If you hadn't sent the gift, I would have misunderstood everything. No, I should have just asked you directly. You've always been so kind to me, more than anyone else. By any chance, did my mom say something to you? Yeah. Can you tell me more about it? I'm really upset about what happened. I promise you won't be troubled by this. I just need to know. Avery, you're home today, right? I'm thinking of stopping by with some treats. The neighbors gave me some delicious apples. I figured Joshua might like them too. I'm almost done getting everything ready, so I'll head over soon. No, don't come. I'm really angry right now. Even if you come, there's nothing left for us to talk about. Why do you always try to show up at times like this? Don't worry. I'll be gone before Joshua gets back. I won't get in the way of your newlywed life, I promise. It's not a bad thing for me to help out a little while you two enjoy your time together, right? I'm not here to meddle in your marriage or anything. But seriously, why are you so angry? Did I do something wrong? That's not the point. I'm angry for a completely different reason. I'm at my limit. I'm so frustrated right now. Is this about Catherine again? Oh, I totally get it. I still get irritated just thinking about her. She's such a handful, and I imagine it must be exhausting for you to deal with her too. No, that's not it. I'm not mad at her. I'm mad at you, Mom. Why can't you understand that? What? At me? Why are you angry with me? I didn't do anything wrong. Everything I've ever done has been for your sake. You've been bullying Catherine all this time, haven't you? I know everything now. Why did you do that, Mom? You never told me, but Catherine told me all about the awful things you did to her. What are you talking about? I didn't do anything like that. I would never bully her. It's just Catherine exaggerating. Then how do you explain the wedding invitation saying, "Poor mother and daughter, stay away"? You were the one who added that, weren't you? Did you really think it was okay to write something like that? Catherine told me how much it hurt her. Why would you do something so cruel? I have no idea what you're talking about. If you have proof, then show it. There's no point in trying to deny it. I went to my brother's house and checked the invitation myself. It was your handwriting. You were the one who wrote it, weren't you? There's no way I would do something like that. It wasn't me. Absolutely not. Where's the proof? When I was working on the invitations, you said you'd help, and we worked on them together. I thought something felt off at the time, but I never imagined you'd do something like this. You must be mistaken. Catherine probably set this whole thing up herself. She's the type to do that, trying to drive a wedge between us. Why would she do that? What could she possibly gain from it? It seems more like you're the one who's been harassing her. That's not true. She's doing all of this because she hates me. I'm sure of it. I spoke to Catherine directly. She told me you've been bullying her ever since they got married. When Caleb was at work, you'd visit her and say all kinds of nasty things, didn't you? There's no escaping this now, Mom. I don't know anything about that. Caleb caught you once when he came home early, and he told you off, didn't he? No one believes you anymore, Mom. She's fooling both of you. At least I've never been deceived. Not even once. Catherine's been kind from the very beginning. That's exactly her tactic. What tactic? Acting nice to everyone around her while going after Caleb and our money. Mom, what money? You've been managing all of Dad's inheritance yourself, and it's not like we're wealthy or anything. Even if she were to take some of my brother's money, would that really be a big deal? A divorced woman with a kid is no good, Avery. I can't agree with you on that at all. So what you're really saying is that you just don't like Catherine, right? And that's why you bullied her, trying to break them up? I didn't bully her. Calling her a terrible wife, picking fights every time you went to their house, and even throwing away the meals she cooked. How is that not bullying? As far as we're concerned, it was absolutely bullying. Avery, are you really going to believe Catherine over me? It's not about believing or not believing, Mom. The thing is, your actions have really impacted us. What do you mean? Hurt? We almost became estranged from Catherine, and she genuinely believed she wasn't welcome at my wedding because of you. What were you thinking? It's your right not to like Catherine, but bullying her or trying to drive a wedge between us isn't right. I just wanted Caleb to be happy. There must have been someone better for him. That's not your decision to make, it's his. Catherine already felt like she didn't belong. She said Caleb marrying her, even though it was his first marriage, and accepting her child, meant everything to her. If she understood that, she should have stepped back. I just don't understand why he'd want to stay with someone like her. It's so selfish of her. It's possible she's not really focused on anything in particular. Maybe not, but she and my brother want to be together. That's what marriage is about, right? Even if it's hard for others to understand, it's their choice. And honestly, Caleb looks happier than ever now. Since this is the path he chose, we should respect it. I'm really glad he married Catherine. I don't want any more trouble, so I've made my decision. Caleb and I are cutting ties with you, Mom. Permanently. What? Cutting ties? Are you serious, Avery? Wait, Avery. This has to be a joke, right? I only did what I thought was best for Caleb. Everything I did was for his happiness. Even if you thought it was for his sake, you went too far. Because of what you did, Catherine didn't come to my wedding even though she wanted to. In the end, both she and I were deeply hurt by her actions. Please, don't cut me off, Avery. I'm really proud of you. You're smart, you got into a great company, and Josh was the perfect husband. Everything about you is amazing. You're truly the daughter I'm most proud of. Hearing that doesn't make me happy at all. No matter how much you praise me, it doesn't move me. You thought you were protecting me from Catherine, but do you realize how unnecessary your interference was? Do you have any idea how much trouble you've caused us? Avery, I never meant to hurt you. I just wanted to protect you from Catherine. The problem is that whole idea of protecting us. Do you realize how much your selfish actions have affected our lives? That's exactly why we can't be around you anymore. Cutting ties with you is what's best for our mental health. We just want to be free from all the stress you've caused us. Fine. I promise I won't interfere with Catherine anymore. Just let this go, okay? It's too late for that. Caleb and Catherine have decided to move. And we've decided not to continue any relationship with you. From now on, even if you reach out, we won't respond. No matter how much you apologize, there's no going back. What you did was that serious. Please, just reconsider. It's pointless now. We don't want to be involved with you any longer. You should have apologized to Catherine, but you missed that chance. We are the ones who've been hurt by you. Don't ever forget that. Avery! After my mother was cut off, the response from those around her was cold. Word of her misdeeds spread throughout the family, and the position and respect she once boasted about vanished completely. At first, she refused to acknowledge her actions and ignored the reactions of others. But one by one, relatives shunned her and her friends began to drift away. Eventually, no one stood by her. Even at that point, she wouldn't own up to any mistakes, firmly believing she hadn't done anything wrong. What awaited her was loneliness. Several times a week, she would send me messages or call, always saying the same thing. I'm lonely, or can't we start over? As I continued to ignore her, frustration and complaints began to creep into her messages, but I never responded. I heard her health was beginning to decline, but that's her own doing. I hope she finds a way to manage her life on her own. As for Caleb and Catherine, they've started a quiet life in a new place. Catherine is slowly healing, and her relationship with Caleb has grown even stronger. My husband and I are also enjoying our newlywed life. From now on, I hope to build a warm and loving family, just like Caleb and Catherine have.
Thank you for watching. Please rate the video and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.